Dear student, we are going to study the chapter evolution, class 12th, subject biology, content name evolution. We are study the evidences for the evolution and are going to evidence from embryology. Study of developmental process in an organism from its egg up to formation of adult is called embryology. Embryonic development of multicellular organisms or multicellular animals shows similar stages like solid ball-like structure blastocyst or blastomes form the result of initial division of zygote that is known as the marula. Soon, solid marula is converted into hollow blastula, and blastula perform the gastrulation and developed into gastrula. Three germ layer of the embryo, ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm, differentiated in the duration of gastrulation. These germ layer form same structure in different animals. So we can say that the zygote of all multicellular animal can be compared with the protozoan, marula, blastula with colonical protozoans and gastrula with coelentrates. All these characters prove common ancestor of these animals. डियर स्टूडेंट, हमने ये देखा कि जितने भी मल्टी सेलुलर ऑर्गेनिज्म होते हैं उनमें एम्ब्रियोनिक स्टेज में परफॉर्म होने वाली डिफरेंट स्टेजेस सिमिलरिटी शो करती हैं। सिमिलरिटीज़ को यदि मेजर किया जाए तो हम ब्लास्टुला, मारुला, गैस्टुला, इक्टोडर्म, मेजोडर्म और एंडोडर्म, इनका जो बायोकेमिकल नेचर या डेवलपमेंट प्रोसीजर होता है वो प्रोटोजोवन से सभी हायर मल्टीसेलुलर एनिमल्स में एक जैसा मिलता है या एक ही जैसा ट्रेंड बाइफर्केशंस का यहाँ पर शो होता है। इससे प्रूव होता है कि सभी मल्टीसेलुलर एनिमल्स एम्ब्रियोलॉजिकली सिमिलर मैनर फॉलो करते हैं अपने डेवलपमेंट स्क्वाड में। एम्ब्रियोनिक सिमिलरिटीज इन वर्टिब्रेट्स all have similar structure like gill clip, notochord, eye, ear rudiment means सभी एनिमल्स में गिल नोटोकॉर्ड आइज और ईयर रिड्यूमेंट्स समान होते हैं। फिशेस गिल्स डेवलप फ्रॉम गिल क्लिप। टेरेस्ट्रियल नेचर वर्टिब्रेट्स ऑफ पल्मोनरी रेस्पिरेशन डू नॉट नीड द गिल्स। इन ऑल देम सभी में वर्टिब्रल कॉलम डेवलप होता है नोटोकॉर्ड के थ्रू। सभी में जो लिम्स होती हैं या हाइंड लिम्स एंड फोर लिम्स सभी एक ही मैनर पर डेवलप्ड होती हैं। इनिशियली हार्ट जो होता है ह्यूमन एम्ब्रॉय 2 चैम्बर्ड का होता है इन फिशेज में, और आगे जाकर वो डेवलप होते होते ह्यूमन में 4 चैम्बर हार्ट हो जाता है। After the embryonic similarities are evidence, we are going to Van Beer recapitulation theory. Van Beer की recapitulation theory के अकॉर्ड एनिमल में कॉमन करेक्टरिस्टिक जस्ट लाइक स्केल्टन, ब्रेन, स्पाइनल कार्ड, ब्लड एओर्टा फर्स्ट डेवलप होते हैं। ये एक स्पेशल कैरेक्टर हैं जस्ट लाइक फीदर इन बर्ड्स, हेयर इन मैमल्स, ये बाद में डेवलप होते हैं। रिकैपिटुलेशन थ्योरी बियर की कहती है कि ड्यूरिंग द एम्ब्रियोनिक डेवलपमेंट ऑफ एनिमल्स, जब किसी एनिमल्स का एम्ब्रियोनिक डेवलपमेंट परफॉर्म होता है तब वह एम्ब्रियोनिक स्टेजेस में अपने एंसेस्टर पर पाए जाने वाले कैरेक्टर्स को रिकैपुलेट करता है, रिप्रेजेंट करता है, और इसे रिकैपिटुलेशन थ्योरी के नाम पर जाना जाता है, जैसे टैडपोल लार्वा। There is an example of recapitulation theory among plant. The adult plant of Acacia has compound leaf, but its seedling have simple leaves, like ancestor. Similarly, there are no leaf in adult cactus, while its youngster stage have leaves. Means हम recapitulation theory को हम Acacia means बबूल और दूसरे सीडलिंग जस्ट लाइक कैक्टस के थ्रू प्रूव कर सकते हैं। मीन्स रिकैपिटुलेशन थ्योरी कहती है कि हमारे बॉडी में वो कैरेक्टर एक बार ज़रूर अपीयर होते हैं या उस मैनर को फॉलो करते हैं जिस एंसेस्टर के थ्रू हम डेवलप हुए होते हैं। यदि इस थ्योरी को हम एकेंसिया पर लॉन्च करते हैं तो एकेंसिया के डेवलप प्लांट पर कंपाउंड लीफ देखने को मिलती है, जबकि इसकी सीडलिंग सिंपल लीफ शो करता है। कैक्टस का एडवांस प्लांट डेवलप्ड प्लांट या एडल्ट प्लांट लीव्स लैक करता है, जबकि उसके सीडलिंग या न्यू यंग प्लांट में लीव्स लिप्स मॉडिफाई नहीं होती. Evidence from paleontology means paleontology is the branch of science which deal with the fossil, their characteristic structure and their ages. Fossil present most of in the solid direct evidence of organic evolution. According to Charles Lyell, paleontology establishes the process of formation of fossil. A study of fossil reveals the animals how to change their age, how to change their phylogeny in this animal group. Fossilization depend upon the body of organization, environmental factor, mold and cast, imprints and caprolates. How to determine the age with help of fossil? We use different type of technique just like carbon dating technique, uranium or thorium dating method, geographical time scale, Protozoic, Paleozoic, Mesozoic, Cenozoic. It's differentiated in different era. After that, some connecting links which indicate that how an animals which have both dual character of their ancestor and their advanced characteristic, they connect to two undeveloped means prokaryotes and develop eukaryote mode of development. First name is the Archaeopteryx. आर्क्योप्टेरिस एक एक्सटिंक्ट बर्ड है जिसे कनेक्टिंग लिंक माना जाता है रेप्टाइल और बर्ड्स के बीच में. ये जुरासिक पार्ट पर जुरासिक पीरियड पर डेवलप होने वाला बर्ड्स है. क्रो शेप्ड आर्क्योप्टेरिस मिक्स्ड कैरेक्टर रखता है रेप्टाइल और बर्ड्स के. इसका हेड शॉर्ट होता है. स्टाउट और जा जो होते हैं वो डेवलप्ड होते हैं और उनमें टीथ डेवलप था. विंग्स इसमें कम्प्लीटली बीक हैं, पेयर में अरेंज हैं और टेल बॉडी को डायरेक्टेड करती है. बट इसकी बॉडी में स्केल्स पाए जाते हैं. अनसिनेट प्रोसेस को परफॉर्म करता है. भी से फार्कुला इसमें प्रेजेंट होता है. इसलिए माना जाता है इट इज़ द आर्क्योप्टेरिस दैट इज़ द कनेक्टिंग लिंक बिटवीन रेप्टाइल्स एंड बर्ड्स. So we can say that birds are developed from reptiles, means reptiles are the ancestor of birds. Some are examples just like Euglena. It is the connecting link between plant and animals. Peripatus, it is the connecting link between annelid and arthropods. Neoplina connect to annelid and mollusca. Cartilaginous fishes and bony fishes are connected by chimera fish. Proteoterus, Prototerus is the connecting link of fishes and amphibians. Cymoria is the connecting link between amphibians and reptiles. Archaeopteryx connecting link between reptiles and bird. A Lacytheria is connecting link. Lacionops, Lacaionops connecting link between reptiles and mammals. After the study of connecting link, we are going to study of evidences from genetics. Genetics give direct evidence for organic evolutions. There are two main sources of genetic variation. First is the recombination and second is the mutation. When we perform the hybridization and combine two new species and perform the mutation, just like the evidence of organic evolutions from hybridization and mutation, hybrid mule are produced by hybridization of horse equus and donkey equus inus. म्यूल स्टेराइल होता है. इससे ये प्रूव होता है कि यह रिसेम्बलेंस शो करता है हॉर्स और म्यूल डंकी दोनों से. आफ्टर दैट evidence from genetics, we have studied various type of evidences from taxonomy, geographical distributions and orientation region or others. Different theories of evolutions proposed in different eras. Some theories which elaborate the mechanism of evolutions is as follow. Before 18th century, The hypothesis related with origin of species were based on mass and superstition rather than observation. First, Thales. Thales stated that all organisms originated from sea. जो हमारे पास एंशियंट ग्रीक एंड रोमन पीरियड में जो थ्योरी प्रपोज की गई वो सुपर नेचुरल पावर पर बेस्ड हैं। पहली थेल्स ने 624 टू 548 बीसी में थ्योरी प्रपोज करी। अकॉर्डिंग टू थेल्स सभी लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म सी से ओरिजिनेटेड हुए हैं, मतलब सभी हमारे सोर्स या हमारे डेवलपमेंट का सोर्स एक्वेटिक लाइफ था। आफ्टर द थेल्स एनाक्सिमीन्स प्रपोज द ऑर्गेनिज्म ओरिजिनेटेड फ्रॉम एयर। इनका मानना था कि हम लोग हवा से आबायोजेनेसिस को परफॉर्म किया है। आफ्टर एरिस्टोटल्स ने अरेंज किया ऑर्गेनिज्म को उनके असेंडिंग और डिसेंडिंग ऑर्डर पर। इनके बाद प्री डार्विन पीरियड शुरू हुआ और लाइनस फर्स्ट आए। लाइनस प्रपोज द यूनिट ऑफ स्पीसीज क्रिएशन एंड फादर ऑफ टैक्सोनॉमी। आफ्टर दैट E. Darwin have proposed the theory of evolution. According to him, protoplasm is the material which perform mutation, biochemical diversity, and promote the speciation in future. After the Darwin period, post-Darwin period, Miss Hugo de Vries, Carl Correns, and other renowned scientists proposed the mutation theory. According to Darwin theory, इनॉर्मस फर्टिलिटी इन ऑर्गेनिज्म, हर जीव में अपार क्षमता पाई जाती है रिप्रोडक्शंस करने की। वह फेरेबल कंडीशन पर इनॉर्मस स्टेज पर फर्टिलिटी परफॉर्म करता है और ह्यूज अमाउंट में अपनी ऑफ स्प्रिंग प्रोड्यूस करता है। जब ह्यूज अमाउंट में ऑफ स्प्रिंग प्रोड्यूस होती हैं तब स्ट्रगल फॉर एग्जिस्टेंस स्टार्ट होता है। दिस स्ट्रगल इज इंक्रीज फॉर फूड, shelter, and their habitat. These struggle for existence are further typed interspecific struggle. If struggle is performed between the member of same species and same family, that is known as the intraspecific struggle. Interspecific struggle, if struggle perform or create between member of two different species having same requirement is called interspecific struggle. Struggle with environment, organisms fight with environment factor, excessive heat, cold, humidity, dryness, and flood. Means each organism which are produced in huge amount or huge number of offspring, that organisms face struggle with their own species and other species and with environment. When it's performed the struggle, different variations and different distinct character or adaptive character developed in that organism, and that character is adapted from that animals which are suitable with the case of environment, and they transfer or inherited from one generation to next generation, that is known as the natural selection. During the struggle for existence, only such individual could survive which exhibit such variations that are proved to be. Darwin gave the example of giraffe to explain survival of fittest. Darwin said that there was a great variation with references to the length of neck and forelimb of giraffe. When the availability of food reduced, they were forced to eat the leaves of that tall tree. The giraffe, having comparatively long neck and long leg, had advantage over the normal giraffe. These giraffes were able to get food, increase their number. After the natural selection, a new species, struggle of existence, create the variation and their inheritance. It is to better adaptation to organisms in their environment, and the new species are created. What is the criticism of Darwinian theory? Criticism of Darwinism. Many scientists critically analyzed Darwin theory, and presented their views in their opposition. First, Darwin stressed on such small and fluctuating variation which were not inheritable. Such type of variations do not have any roles in evolution. डार्विन उन माइन्यूट वेरिएशंस की बात करते हैं जिनका एवोल्यूशंस पर कोई रोल नहीं होता। डार्विन एक्सप्लेन करने में फेल हुए कि ये इवोल्यूशन डायनेमिक नेचर कैसे शो करता है। Darwin could not differentiate between somatic and germinal variation. There is no adaptation value for many variations. Darwin emphasized on the survival for fittest but could not explain the arrival of the fittest. Natural selection is not clear as to how an organ can be useful for its initial stage. After the Darwin theory, the new mutation theory was proposed, means the Hugo de Vries proposed the mutation theory. According to Hugo de Vries, we see the different discontinuous variation in different animals. Dutch botanist Hugo de Vries presented his mutation theory on their book titled Species and Varieties. Their origin by mutation in year 1901, this theory was based on his research work on evening primrose Ornithorna lamencaria. De Vries observed some important features just like their occurrence of mutation time to time in naturally reproducing population. Organisms having mutation are called mutant, and mutant are clearly different from their parents. The first question is that what is the mutation? The sudden or dynamic or static change on the arrangement of gene, sequence of genes, position of genes, or insertion of new genes or deletion of old genes, and their arrangement is changed, that then is known as the mutation or hereditary unit. New species originated due to these mutations. Mutations are indeterminate and they may be harmful or useful or no significance or so significant for different living organisms. All organisms have inherent tendency of mutation. Mutation are governed by natural selection, so we can say that the theorem of Darwin, which are related to survival at fittest or natural selection, is associated with the inherent or inheritability of genes or genetic trait from one generation to another generation. Some modern hypotheses or synthetic theory of evolution are also proposed, just like gene mutation theory, genetic recombinations theory, change in the structure and number of chromosome, means polyploidy condition, natural selection, genetic drifting, replication, and so on. But in our content, we are going to study the Hardy-Weinberg principle with the hereditary conservation of genes and adaptive radiation in Galapagos finches. So, dear student, we are going to study the Hardy-Weinberg principle or constant gene manipulation in a particular organism or environment. Hardy-Weinberg law was postulated by G. H. Hardy and W. Weinberg. According to this principle or postulations, relative frequency of various kind of genes in a large and randomly mating population tend to remain constant generation after generation in absence of mutation, selection and genes flow. ये कहा गया यदि एक ही स्पीसीज के डिफरेंट एनिमल्स के बीच में लगातार जनरेशन टू जनरेशन मैटिंग परफॉर्म कराई जाए और यदि मैटिंग परफॉर्म होने के बाद वहाँ पर म्यूटेशन नेचुरल सिलेक्शन, जेनेटिक ड्रिफ्टिंग, जेनेटिक फ्लो, ये सब कांस्टेंट या अनचेंज रहते हैं, तब अकॉर्डिंग टू हार्डी बेंसबर्ग प्रिंसिपल, under certain condition hereditary conservation of genes is the characteristic of population, तब उस population पर genes का manipulation constant रहता है. Thus, if genetic equilibrium is maintained in a population that there is no change in the gene frequency, then rate of evolution will be zero. इस तरह से जब हम क्या देखते हैं, जब एक ही स्पीसीज के डिफरेंट एनिमल्स के बीच में लगातार मैटिंग या हाइब्रिडाइजेशन परफॉर्म कराई जाती है और जनरेशन टू जनरेशन यदि म्यूटेशन, जीन्स फ्लो और जेनेटिक ड्रिफ्टिंग जीरो रहती है, तब जीन फ्रिक्वेंसी कांस्टेंट होती है और इवोल्यूशन का रेट जीरो होता है. हार्डी बेंसबर्ग presented an equations. Suppose then frequency of particular individual of population is p square, frequency of particular individual is q square, then their frequency is that their combined state which are found in the p and q genes flow. Usually different population of an organism are not completely isolated from each other, therefore migration of member of that species flow from another place to another place, that is known as the genetic flow. Second word, what is the genetic drifting? According to Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium or Hardy-Weinberg hypothesis, in a large population area, genetic drifting are caused in random way. These random changes in genes frequently occurring by changes and not under the control of natural selection. That uncontrolled natural selected genetic flow is known as the genetic drifting. Next is the what is the founder effect and what is the bottleneck effect. First means founder effect and bottleneck effect cause the genetic drifting. मीन्स जेनेटिक ड्रिफ्टिंग के होने के लिए दो फैक्टर जिम्मेदार हैं. पहला है फाउंडर इफेक्ट और दूसरा है बॉटल नेक इफेक्ट. व्हाट इज द फाउंडर इफेक्ट? व्हेन अ स्मॉल ग्रुप ऑफ एन ऑर्गेनिज्म, they are the initiator or the primary ancestor of that species, they are known as or that are called founder. If they shift a new habitat, then the genotype frequencies of new population change from its original population, and population quickly becomes different from its parent population, which may give rise to new species. Such an effect is called founder effect. Example, Darwinian finches, which are belongs to Iceland of Galapagos Islands. Second है bottleneck effect. When because of certain reason the size of the population decrease drastically, that is there is a population crush, then the gene pool is a small population does not represent the original population. Their allelic frequency decrease because some of the alleles increase, some of allele decrease, while some of allele entirely disappear. Means यदि हम बॉटल नेक का मतलब हुआ यदि किसी पर्टिकुलर एरिया से पर्टिकुलर स्पीसीज ड्रेस्टिकली आउट हो जाती है, तो उसकी ड्रेस्टिकली आउट होते हुए होता क्या है, तीन कंडीशन बनती हैं. कुछ एलील्स पूरी तरह से आउट हो जाते हैं, कुछ एलील पूरी तरह से ऐड हो जाते हैं और कुछ एलील पूरी तरह से हॉन्टिंग हो जाते हैं, और ओवर हॉन्टिंग होने से एलील्स का नंबर कम होता है जिससे जेनेटिक मैनिपुलेशन कम हो जाता है. आफ्टर दैट वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी द adaptive radiation or adaptive divergence divergence with reference of finches that are reside on the ice island of Galapagos and studied by Mr. Darwin. So dear student, Professor Osborn proposed the theory of adaptive radiation. Why they propose this theory? Because they explain such evolutionary mechanism. According to Osborn, evolutionary mechanism occurring in different specific direction from a general and common ancestor stock is adaptive radiation or adaptive divergence. It can be understood by the finches on Galapong. Finches are birds which are found in different form on the island of Galapong. This island is situated at the equator. Such finches are also called Darwin finches. Occurrence of variety of beak structure in such finches is a good example of adaptive radiation. Normally, strong and conical beak are found in birds, which are suited for crushing the food. This general beak structure was modified into various ways, giving rise to specialized beak structure for a specific type of food available. Large ground finch, subgenus Geospongia. These finches developed into ground finches. Finches, their seed size variable, this beak got modified into five directions. Warbler finches, they are suited for slender and catching insect. Vegetarian free finches, they have a small, strong, and parrot-like beak. That beak is adapted for eating buds, leaves, and fruits. Woodpecker finch, this beak is strong but have a strong stroud, straight and long structure. These finches are found on the bark of tree and perform the holes on the wood. Insectivorous finches. Such finches have beak similar to vegetarian free finches, but they are live on the beetle and other insect. Cactus ground finches. Long and slight curved beak are found. Dear student, डार्विन के द्वारा स्टडी की गई गैलांगपोंग द्वीप आइसलैंड में एक स्पेशल बर्ड जिसका नाम फिंच था, उसमें स्पेशल टाइप की बीक पाई जाती थी। वह बीक नट पिकर और नट क्रशर का वर्क करते थे, लेकिन जैसे जैसे फूड हैबिट बदलती गई, ये जो बीक थी ये भी मॉडिफाइड होती गई। हमने ग्राउंड फिंचेस को देखा कि जो कि क्रश करती थी सीड को, उसे कैप्चर करती थी अपनी बीक के द्वारा, वो मॉडिफाई हो जाती है। मॉडिफाई होने पर वह बीक कभी इंसेक्ट कैचर का वर्क करती है, कभी वो स्मॉल स्ट्रॉन्ग पैरेट लाइक हो जाती है और बर्ड्स और लीव्स को खाती है। जब ये होल करती है वुड में, तब ये स्ट्रॉन्ग स्ट्राउड वाली स्ट्रेट और लॉन्ग हो जाती है। यदि ये इंसेक्टिवोरस या इंसेक्ट या बीटल को खाती है, तब इनकी बीक वेजिटेरियन ट्री फिंचेस से सिमिलर हो जाती है। ऐसी फिंचेस जो कैक्टस के ग्राउंड में पाई जाती हैं, उनकी जो बीक होती है वो कर्व हो जाती है ताकि वो बाइफरकेट हो सके। टंग बाइफरकेट होने पर दे लिव इन सॉफ्ट कैक्टस पल्प, ताकि वो कैक्टस पल्प को खा सकें। इस तरह से हमने जाना कि किस तरह एक स्पेशल डायरेक्शन में एक एडाप्टेटिव कैरेक्टर लगातार मॉडिफाइड होता है और मॉडिफाइड होकर वह एक पर्टिकुलर एडाप्टेटिव रेडिएशन को शो करता है। यदि हम ह्यूमंस में एडाप्टेटिव रेडिएशंस को डिस्कस करें तो ह्यूमन अप राइट जो ह्यूमन का पोस्चर है और लोकोमोट होने का जो क्राइटेरिया है वह उसे एक पर्टिकुलर एडाप्टेड एरिया की ओर डेवलप करता है। मैन मूव ऑन टू लेग बाईपीडल लोकोमोशन शो करता है। मैन एडाप्टेड होता है स्टैंड एंड मूव इरेक्ट so that hand are free from performing other function while moving on standing. ह्यूमन एक बाईपीडल लोकोमोशन शो करने वाला ऑर्गेनिज्म होता है। यह हाइंड लिम्स का यूज करता है अपने आप को स्टैंड करने में और इरेक्ट होकर सीधा चलता है, जिससे इसके दोनों हैंड या फोर हैंड फ्री हो जाते हैं अदर फंक्शन को परफॉर्म करने के लिए। इससे क्या क्या डेवलप हुआ, यदि हम कंप्राइज करें एप्स को और ह्यूमंस को, तो हमें क्या दिखता है? लॉन्गर लेग्स आर बैलेंसिंग टू द बॉडी। हमारे बैक लिम्स लेंथ में इंक्रीज हो जाते हैं ताकि इरेक्ट या सीधा चलने पर हमारी बॉडी को बैलेंस किया जा सके। शॉर्टिंग ऑफ एब्डोमिनल रीजन बट ब्रॉडनिंग एंड फ्लैटरिंग ऑफ थोरेक्स। हमारे सीधे चलने से हमारा एब्डोमेन या बेली रीजन शॉर्ट हो जाता है, जबकि जो हमारा थोरेक्स या चेस्ट रीजन होता है वो ब्रॉड या फ्लैट हो जाता है। Shortening of abdomen region reduce the number of lumbar vertebrae. 4, 5 or 6, 7 vertebrae are found in abs. Sacral vertebrae of men are joined together. Means जब हमारी एब्डोमेन कैविटी या एब्डोमेन एरिया शॉर्ट या रिड्यूस होता है तब वहाँ वर्टिब्री मीन्स लंबर वर्टिब्री रिड्यूस या डिग्रेड होना शुरू होती हैं या वो ज्वाइंट हो जाती हैं, जिस तरह हमारी सैक्रेड या कॉडल वर्टिब्री ज्वाइंट होकर के सिंगल वर्टिब्री में चेंज हो जाती है। Lumbar vertebrae, there is no lumbar curvature are found in the abs. So dear student, we have studied the adaptive radiation and their development for upright posture in human and bipedal locomotion with help of adaptive radiation. After that, we are going to development of human in the earth, evolution of man in the earth. On the basis of modern biological principle, all the fossil obtained from Pleistocene period, they are proved that early humans developed in Pleistocene, means which human is developed in Pleistocene or early Pleistocene era, that is Australopithecus. And this Australopithecus developed in Middle Pleistocene era, and that is known as the Homo erectus group. After Middle Pleistocene, at the late Pleistocene, Homo erectus convert into Homo sapiens. So, what are the characteristic of early Pleistocene human group that is known as the Australopithecus? Brain size of these hominids are completely less than as about 500 to 700 cc. They were short, about 4 feet tall. They walked and stood completely erect. Lumbar curve present. Thigh and hips were adapted for erect posture. Ankle bone were adapted for bearing the body. Jaws of Australopithecus were protruded out and supraorbital ridges were present above eyes. Teeth were similar to that of typical man. Dental arch is such fossil was the shape of a rounded parabola. Canines, canines were arranged as the level of other teeth. Next one is the Homo erectus. Homo erectus is the developed form of Australopithecus in mid-Pleistocene. Homo erectus fossil group include Java man, packing man. Java man has 5 feet tall, 70 kg weight. They had slanting forehead and proto-aganthus face. Chin was absent, eyebrow were protruded, molar were small, incisor and canine were longer. Teeth structure showed carnivorous habitat. In packing man, eyebrow bones were protruding types, forehead were slanting, chin was absent. Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens developed from Homo erectus. Homo sapiens were also called primitive man. The fossil related to Homo sapiens has been obtained from Europe, Asia, and Africa. These fossils belonging to Homo sapiens were showing similarities with Neanderthaloids humans. Means Homo sapiens have following characteristic: development of agriculture techniques, domestication of animals just like cow, buffalo, camel, dog, sheep, etc. Development of urbanization was started. Extraction of mineral, their processing was started. means the civilized and developed human is known as the modern man, that is known as the Homo sapiens. But Cro-Magnon man is the true ancestor and developed ancestor of Homo sapiens. it is the it is developed before 30,000 year ago. They had tall status as about 180 centimeter. Ivory eyebrow bone was not protruded out, thus brain capacity was 1600 cc. They were cave dwelling and expert hunter. They were good artists and used to draw the figure of contemporary animals. They were knowing the art of making ornament. Agriculture and domestication was still not practice still in practices. So, dear student, some important characteristic of some important questions of this chapter. First question: what is the evolution? Evolution's theories, history of evolutions, genetic drifting, genetic flow, recombination, mutation, natural selection, survival of fittest, and the inheritance of vestigial organs, and Hugo de Vries mutation theory. After that, what is the adaptive radiation? Justify the adaptive radiations theory with help of human or Finch's adaptive radiation with weak. After that, what is the schedule and gradual development of human and their characteristic? So, dear student, at next chapter, we are going to study the different evolutionary trend also. So, dear student, Lamarck theory, Darwin theory, Wagner theory, Hugo de Vries theory, Sorensen's theory, Darwin criticism, modern synthesis theory of evolutions, genetic mutation, genetic combination, neo-Darwinism mutation theory, and evolution of human have studied at this content. At this content, we have also studied adaptive radiation in primates and human beings. Pre-human ancestors have also studied by us. We have studied Ramapithecus, Dravipithecus, Australopithecus, Homo habilis, Homo sapiens, Homo erectus, modern man, Cro-Magnon, all type of ancestor and developed characteristic of human being. So, dear student, also we have provide evidences for the evolutions. Means we perform the Miller and Urey experiment. We study the biogenesis and abiogenesis and so on. Thank you. Have a nice day.